Good morning. Ted here, BigGoofyRunner, for January 23rd, one of my weekly vlogs about my weight loss, my exercising, and all that fun kind of stuff. So this week we'll get right into it. Weight loss, only down a half a pound, but still that's building off that significant drop in weight that I'd seen previous week. So I got rid of the bloat and stuff like that, so I've gotten down to this new normal, slight reduction in weight. Down to a low of 238 this week instead of a low of 238.5. It's still not where I want to be. It's still higher than I have gotten to as of like last summer where I'd gotten to. So I got work to do, but I didn't lose all my all the ground I had made. I was sick for a day or two this week too, so the running didn't happen those kind of days. The weightlifting didn't happen those kind of days. The running was down this week. The previous week I'd broken 20 miles or so. This week I think I'm at like 11 I had done. I'll be running again today, probably shorter runs, 3.5 mile, 4 mile, and a 3.1. Weird things this week where I would get angry while I was on the treadmill. Lots of people run and they get a happy spot. It blows away all their worries and their concerns and all that kind of stuff. Not me. I tend to think a lot, and I got myself angry. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular, but it messed with my head, so the running didn't go as long as it should have. So I've got to watch that, see what maybe the triggers are so I can deal with that as time goes on. So we'll see how that goes, but that's going to be kind of a long-term thing as I figure out what's going on. Other things this week, like even though I only did 11 miles running, cardio wasn't completely ignored. We got significant snowfall this week, and a lot of it was during some really heavy winds. And if you live in a northern climate, you know that when it snows and then you get the wind, it gets very packed, very tight. So when you're shoveling snow, it's like lifting bricks. It's not light and fluffy at that point. So that was a lot of work, especially this winter. While we were in a drought going into the winter, we've gotten, I don't know if it's record snowfalls yet, but it's huge amount of snow. And when I clean my driveway, clean my walk, all the places where I clean, I always make sure at the beginning of the year, the first snow falls, that I'm always throwing the snow as far away from the clear area as the area I need cleared as possible, so that as I get later in the winter, I don't have these snowbanks I have to to go over. Even though I did that this year, I still have snowbanks up over shoulder height for me. So it's that was super tough clearing the driveway this week. Relatively wide driveway and doing it all by hand with a snow shovel, and it was just, yeah. It was a lot of pick and throw, like literally, yeah. Picture a shovel of bricks thrown over your head. And do that for 45 minutes. It was it was pretty rough, but got some good workouts in, and it definitely works for the cardio and things like that. It's those kind of snowfalls that give people heart attacks, so luckily no issues there. So that was good. I got that all cleaned up, and then also this week on Friday, so the last of the major snowfall that we had to clean up was Friday afternoon. I did it at lunch as a break from work, and I did that, and then Friday also our Bowflex finally showed up. I ordered it on like January 3rd or something like that, and it came in on Friday. So with the various disruptions to the global delivery networks and stuff like that, all the logistics issues, I'm glad it showed up, so that was good. So after work on Friday, put that thing together. Recorded a video on that on the BigGoofyRunner and Family channel. I'll put a link up. That video should be recording this Sunday morning, January 23rd. That'll go up at like 5 p.m. Central Time this evening. So that'll be up there on the BigGoofyRunner and Family channel, where it's the unboxing, the assembly, and some initial thoughts on the Bowflex. So since then, I've been kind of playing with the Bowflex a little bit, just trying to figure out. We got the PR1000, which is the most inexpensive one they have, and it doesn't have some of the convenience features where you can go from, say, the top bar down to the middle, down to the legs, without doing some changes, so that you have to configure to move between the different pulley sets. And it's not super inconvenient, it's not a big deal, but what I'm looking at doing is trying to figure out workouts for myself that I can do in 5 or 10 minutes without switching the pulley systems. So I can go do, say, curls and maybe some bench, arms and shoulders or arms and chest or something like that in 5 or 10 minutes, and then move on with my day and maybe build some bigger workouts that are closer in the half-hour range and things like that. Because that is one thing I miss, is lifting. So I used to lift pretty heavy. Can't do it as much anymore, that's for sure. But I used to lift pretty heavy, and that was one thing I was concerned about with the PR1000, the Bowflex here, is that its power rods, it says 210 pounds, and everything you read is that 210 is not an exact equivalent for weights. But I did find for the exercises I've been playing with, at least it will challenge me, so that is good. That I've got room to grow with it, so that's good. Playing with that, wife Heather, and then the kids, will get them doing some stuff with it too. Heather just wants to work on her shoulders and just general resistance training, to prevent bone loss and fight bone loss and things like that, that kind of thing. So, and just to add into her ongoing exercise routine and things like that. She's still on her running streak, doing super good on that, and she's gotten newly re-energized on it as well. So she's been running pretty solid, pretty strong. So that's pretty awesome to see. And yeah, for the kids, it's they're 15 and 13, not expecting them to lift heavy or anything like that. I'm just thinking the lowest settings on the weights, just moving a couple exercises just to ride out this Canadian winter with some movement. So we've got them on basically doing a mile every day on the treadmill, or every weekday on the treadmill, just to move. We're not forcing them to run. They can walk, just a mile, do some kind of exercise, get up away from the computers, get up away from the TVs, and Bowflex should add into that. So that's good too. Enjoying the Bowflex so far. I just need to get it kind of rolled into everything I do and figure out how it all fits into my ongoing plan to get back in shape, or continue to get back in shape here. So expect more running, expect more Bowflex. I'm still going to continue my, what I call the micro breaks during the week while I'm working, because I'm still working from home. I'll still do my little breaks where I'll pick up the dumbbells and do 3 exercises, 1 set each. With those, put them down, get back to work. Just kind of as my stretch breaks, do a little bit of resistance training. I expect I'm still going to do majority what I have in my plan with those dumbbells, but I'm going to roll in some exercises on the Bowflex as well, because there's 1 or 2 of the exercises I do in my micro breaks using some elastic band stuff, and those ones are probably definitely ripe to move into using on the Bowflex instead of those elastic bands, because I've got all the elastic bands I own, and I can't, basically the exercises aren't particularly challenging it anymore. So I've got to get that kind of sorted out on there and kind of adjust my plans a little bit on how that all will work. But yeah, looking forward to that. It's got leg extension attachment. So it's got a few things I can do with my legs that I couldn't do right now with just the dumbbells. I could do a little bit maybe with the elastic bands, but not great. So I'm looking forward to doing more work with my legs with that stuff. Also looking forward to doing exercises that I couldn't really do with the dumbbells without a bench. And I didn't have really a bench or a place for a bench right now. So we did some rearranging, got a place for the Bowflex. Even if I do those exercises with dumbbells while on using the bench, that alone is an improvement, having that ability to do those extra exercises. But I think I can do them with the Bowflex, and that should be pretty good, because it's definitely very smooth. What the Bowflex has, I think, as a kind of a bit of a bonus, is when you're doing free weights, you're working all your stabilizer muscles. Your core is helping lift everything. Like if you do a bicep curl, all the other stabilizer muscles in your arm or whatever are helping keeping you steady, and you're balancing, all those kind of things. You go to just a straight machine, you exercise just the muscle you're trying to exercise, essentially. With the Bowflex, you've got to do some of the stabilization without the risk of dropping a 30 or 50 pound dumbbell or weight on your foot. So that's a bonus. That's that's great, and it's also very smooth, so you're less likely to kind of get jerking and things like that where you're going to hurt yourself, as long as you're smart. You can still hurt yourself, obviously. You can pull things, all that kind of stuff, so you still have to be smart on how you're using it. That's really about it for the week at this point. Being pretty light, pretty uneventful. Continuing the winter here in Canada, combined with all the fun of the COVID stuff. At this point, we're starting to get a little stir crazy, so that is nice to have those physical outlets to do some things, burn off some of that energy and things like that, because I'm finding So mindset thoughts here is this office here. This is where I do my personal stuff over here. I do my work stuff over there. So I spend a fair bit of time in this room. So I have found I spend, personal time doing computer work on my laptop up in the living room sometimes instead of, on my rig with monitors and things like that where I can be more efficient. I'm letting myself be less efficient just to be in a different space. And in some cases I'm finding I'm sitting on the rec room couch instead of the living room couch. Just finding a different spot to be. I still love working from home, but I like to be able to get out of the house occasionally. So COVID, minus 40-degree weather, blowing snow, blizzards. It's been a winter to just stay inside, and I'm starting to go stir crazy because we haven't had a winter vacation since February 2020. So that's going on 2 years now, just a couple weeks shy of, February 1st to February 8th, we went to Mexico in 2020. And so we're a week shy of being 2 years away from having done a good winter vacation. So, yeah, gets to be a lot. So anyway, that's just where part of my mindset is, and that's one thing I've got to kind of push through. Diet, I've been trying to make sure I'm doing the protein shakes in the morning for breakfast, avoiding having toast because the white flour acts like pure sugar to me in a lot of cases. So I have the protein shakes, very little bit of carb right at the beginning here. Hard-boiled eggs sometimes. I need to get that more steady and more done more frequently where I'm doing the eggs with the protein shake because I get a longer burn out of that than I get out of the protein shake, so I'm less likely to have less healthy snacks in the morning or right after the breakfast, that kind of thing. So no Coke this week, so that's been good. Been continuing on with my cold brew coffee, and that's been working well. That's amazing how the cold brew coffee works for me. If I just stop drinking Coke cold turkey, I get headaches in the afternoon. Regular coffee, tea, other sugar drinks, nothing seems to stop the headaches except for the cold brew coffee. I drink the cold brew coffee black and no sugar, no nothing like that, so that works pretty well. That helps me cut calories pretty solidly, so that is good. Yeah, so that's the diet part. Just need to get more cardio going, and with the Bowflex I'll get more strength training, burning more calories doing that as well. Bowflex should let me almost do, you can do some HIIT type training with it too, just the way how smooth it is. I can do some of the resistance training I want in a rapid enough fashion that it will give me a bit of a cardio workout as well as the resistance training. So that's good. So I'm going to have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what works best for me and that kind of stuff. Yeah. If you got any suggestions on channels that give good exercises to use on the Bowflex, drop that in the comments below. I've been looking at a variety of things online, and it's it's very mixed bag right now from what I've been finding. I've been finding great stuff, so if you know something good, let me know in the comments down below. That's where I'm going to end her today. Thank you for watching. Check out the family channel for the unboxing of the Bowflex and the setup if you're interested in that, if you're being interested in Bowflexes at all. Hopeful for the coming week. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video.